Okay, first things first, remembering what the heck I was doing. I think I had enough beds for everyone. Yeah, we're not directly working towards our next point. Who do we have? So let's just grab a random villager, worker, and let's look at what their job or what job options are. I'm pretty sure we already have a mason. Yeah, we already have a mason. So there's not really, we have a master carpenter, an apprentice cook. We've got some footmen, a herbalist, which yes, that was a thing that we got done near the end of the last game. Okay, we'll just let things carry on going for now. Currently have 14 villagers. Oh, getting distracted with the people messaging me again. It's been a busy week for people wanting to talk to me.
So I hopped on because I'm not sure if you're aware that has the game frozen or has your
No,
stream frozen?
the game is not frozen. That was me having to do messenger
Fair enough.
stuff. Mostly I was trying to remember what the heck I've been doing. There, we've hit
That's
play.
entirely fair. I was like, I checked it on my phone and then I was like, I should check it on YouTube. And I was like, nope, I'm getting the same like still image and I could hear breathing and nothing else. So
Yeah, just me breathing into a mic. It's fine.
yeah, mild breathing, not creepy breathing. Don't worry.
Just like breathe deeply into the mic. Maximum
Very
creep factor.
ASMR.
I mean, if you're into that, could be. I don't know if there's like horror ASMR.
I'm sure there must be. Now I
Probably
have to
is.
look for it because you've issued a challenge, sir.
I didn't issue a challenge. You are doing this to yourself. But do keep me updated. Keep me appraised. Okay, well,
The answer is yes.
Do I want to give? Yeah, I'm not. I guess I'm not surprised.
Right.
I am really not surprised. Do I want to give those goblins access to me? I probably should make the answer to that no. But
But speaking of giving goblins access, we had a plumber in today working on something. I don't know. There's always something broken at work. And when he was leaving the store to get something, he didn't make sure the door was closed, which like I get, but also bro. And because of that, this older lady stepped into the store before our door closed. But she's like right at the edge of the door looking at us. She's clearly walked past the close sign. There's a close sign on the door, you know.
Yep.
And she goes, "Oh, can I be served in here, or are you guys closed?" So like she knows. And I'm like, "No, we're closed." And as she says, "Are you closed?" she makes like an X sign with her arms, you know. And so like 4 of us are all like, "Sorry, we're closed." And she's like, "Oh, but I don't have time to get into the line. Couldn't you just help me?"
Definitely
And I'm
not
like,
now.
"No, we're closed." And she was like, "Oh, well, could I walk around to the window?" So like she's not even going to get in her car and get into the drive-thru, which was empty at that point.
Yep.
She wants to walk around, and I'm like, "No, ma'am. Like legally you can't do that." I always say legally, and I'm not actually sure if it's a law or if it's just like we will get sued. You know
Well,
what
I mean, but so the whole thing though, if it's policy, then it is still legally.
Yeah.
Even if it's not
This is the
illegal,
thing,
it
like,
is still policy that is not something you like. Yeah, it is still a
this is
thing.
it. And like every drive-through ever has that policy, so like I don't know if it's just insurance or if it's like there is legit legislation out there or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm always like, legally we can't do that because I don't know how else to answer this, like get through some of these people's heads. So it's like we can't do that. And I literally had to I was I think getting food from the oven. And I literally had to walk towards the door because I always find like if you approach people they tend to back off. And like tell her how to open the door before she left.
Yeah.
It's just like you knew we were closed, and then you pushed it, and we were all like, if you had been like less pushy, we might have considered, because we did have a till, but like we don't want to encourage people.
Yeah.
That also does sound very cold, Michael.
57 degrees Fahrenheit. That's actually pretty cold. Because, mind you, it was colder today. Now, was that the low of the day or the high of the day? Because 57's got to be like what, like 15 degrees Celsius?
I feel like that tracks.
And I think we were at 2 degrees this morning. Which is like what, 34?
57's like 14-ish, if I'm
Okay.
rounding up.
Uh,
According to Google.
and Google's always correct.
Thank you, Google Translate. That's an okay high, but like I feel like that's also not a fun like 14
Yeah,
is
I think
not
we
as
were
cold as
actually
it gets.
warmer than that today.
I have my phone says 18 for this afternoon.
Yeah,
Again,
like
whether or not that's accurate.
like my, not actually looking at a thermometer, but just my gut feeling was that we were at 20 degrees Celsius in the middle of the day.
Oh, I know that translation. Isn't that like 60 something?
20 degrees, like, so my
Like
brain,
68
20,
or something like that?
yeah, something like that. Because my brain, like in my brain, 70 degrees Fahrenheit is the temperature I want things at. Like I want my room at 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
Fair.
So that's like 21 or 22 degrees. Like I consider
the
70
only
is
reason
room
I know
temperature.
this is work thermometer, and at one point I was gonna jokingly change it to 69. I think we all know why. And then I turned it to 68 because I'm supposed to be a responsible human being. Terrible decision.
Okay, well I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goblins here. I can't fight them all. I do not have
Now, FS,
nearly
when
enough
you
people.
say degrees, Celsius or Fahrenheit? Because I want to assume Celsius, and then it's been really, really hot, and you're going to be kind of
No,
cold.
The FS22 YouTuber said it is 32 degrees F here, which I think is relatively cold.
Yeah, it's kind of cold.
Certainly not what I would call warm.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see the F. Gross. I don't need to know the translation. That's like colder than my fridge. That's like, what, 4 degrees? Probably.
Yeah, 35 degrees is, yeah, a few degrees, which is what we had about in the morning. So yeah, we went from, like, I would guess it'd be 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Wait, what? These goblins were attacking, and now they've forgotten they're attacking? I don't know.
The ladders were too difficult for them.
Yeah, I'm not... Ooh, No, they were just waiting for the rest of their team. This might be a problem. Okay, you guys need to run to the village center. 'Cause I need you to not die. Oh. Well, for him to not die, I need to get him rescued. There. Now at least they're going to be outnumbered. Now this is not going well. This is not going well at all. Okay.
To be honest, I, in my own game, have not figured out how to use health potions, even though I keep making them.
Herbalists can use them.
I'll keep that in mind. I honestly just keep selling them. But I might have also had 4 deaths, and my village might be depressed, so oops.
I feel like I've made some very poor life choices. I may have to reload the save. Because those 4 goblins are just ripping through my people. It would help if the people who still have good health were not running away from the goblins. Like, Pen Homer here, they're not even a coward, and they just keep running away from the goblins.
Do you have an archer?
I do not have archers at this point.
Oh, okay.
I had to, well, this has gone horribly, horribly wrong. And then now there's wolves approaching.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, the goblins are attacking the wolves, though, so...
That seems, backwards, but they are goblins.
I mean, wolves are just wild animals, and while goblins do train and keep wolves... do love these 4 goblins. Like, all 4 goblins are still alive. I've lost tons of people. The goblins are low health, but my people have never actually managed to kill the goblins.
Oh, that's a lot of triage.
Okay. Well, we're just going to go for a load. Because obviously mistakes were made. Okay, so now we do that again, but without the part where we get screwed over.
Without the chaos.
With less chaos. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the things you can do to keep your village safe is to not have easy access to your village, but yeah, it works better if you can give enemies a way to approach your village, but the way that approaches is ideal if you can make it so that they're going to be under attack from archers while they do it.
Yeah.
But basically, I can't make archers without first having people be experienced footmen. Because it takes level 3 footmen to make a archer. Because for your faction, it was the opposite way around. You can,
Yeah,
I think you can
went
make
with the
archers easier.
faction that, well, I actually started out with an archer, if I remember correctly.
Maybe.
I chose whatever random.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I was also missing out on a couple of things, like having played my own game where I was like, I'm just gonna go the normal route.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
What do I have? Everything's done building. Why do I have windows and doors? I'll just sell them all.
So because I think this might be a small source of amusement to you, I walked into the store, made a joke about how I didn't want to be in window because I didn't want to have questions all day, displayed my arm, and our trainee went, "Oh my god, who beat you?" And I was like, I wasn't beaten, and then I'm like, well, technically.
Did you tell where it's like, so some random dude that I sometimes see on Thursday nights, some other random dude who I see on Thursday nights who I actually like and trust, and then myself.
I actually pointed to my arm and I was like, archery, sword fighting, sword fighting, sword fighting.
Yep.
And I was like, so technically I was beaten, but it was consensual?
Yep.
All of this is my own fault.
Yep. This was done to me, but I was aware that these were the risks, and that's why I have to sign things. So that way you can't sue me for those bruises.
I understand there's people out there who would. But it's such a weird thought to me. And like, I'll be honest, obviously the one on my forearm's the worst.
Yeah.
But even that doesn't hurt unless I apply pressure, which I'm not gonna do. The others just look gaudy because they're in that like yellow phase of healing where they're really, really vivid. I think the only one that did actively, like, the ones on my bicep stung, because of the abrasion, but the only one that actually hurt was that one kind of like on my chest where I got hit twice.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like 57 degrees in Texas would be colder than I expect Texas to get at this time of year.
Yeah, I feel like in my brain, Texas is always just like either too hot or like summer comfortable. Do you know what I mean? We
Yeah.
never like leave summer, which is a very silly thought, but
But I mean, that is if you go down into to Mexico, or even like more like actually at the almost at the equator line, so southern Mexico. It just is warm all year round. Cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to. So I could at this point. Actually, do you have the ability? I probably have the ability to make a bow. Yes, archer's bow. Actually, I am missing the bolt of leather required. I feel like I need a tailor in order to be able to make a.
yeah, you need a tailor. And then it's
Which I don't have a
like,
tailor?
it doesn't look like it. Because bolt of leather is like thread and then hides. It's not that bad, but
Yeah, it's. Oh, invaders approaching. You are making poor life choices, dude. Idria. You should run away. Definitely could just get away with ladders instead of building these little staircases, but I think the staircases look better than just having ladders everywhere.
I like the staircases.
I guess let's check out how's the fight going. Well enough. Excellent. We have so many ducks. Now we only need one goose.
So part of going into work today was a small child, apparently, or as it was described, a small human, apparently left us a very tiny little yellow duck, and it had like a smiley face on the bottom of it, like someone had put in Sharpie.
Yeah.
So it was given a place of prominence, kind of right above the drive-thru, since that's the only thing open.
Yeah.
It has now been stolen to accompany one of our shifts on their journey as they take 5 weeks off.
Yeah.
He took one look and he was like, "This is coming with me." And I was like, "That's entirely fair. Take a little companion." So I haven't seen it. I know nothing if anybody asks. I also am fully tempted to buy 100 ducks off Amazon and just hide them around the store.
I mean, that is also fair. As one would do.
mean, for 24 bucks, yeah. I can get them in different colors.
Okay, now I'm pretty sure I've got the ability to turn someone into a tailor. Now, who do I turn into a tailor? I don't care to have a great tailor, so we'll use this person who's 114. Oh, but they want to be a potter. I'd hate to break their heart and turn them into something else.
I feel like that was a problem with my last game. I kept getting people and they're like, I'm a crafter at heart. I'm like, but I need people to like just generally do stuff.
Yeah.
And I want you to be happy.
Alright, Olin, you are going to be a tailor. Olin Quest. Okay, and a bit of harvesting. Oh, it's a little deer. Don't think I have the ability to, yeah, I can't trap anything other than bugs and little fluffy creatures yet. Okay, I guess actually, yeah, I guess trappers don't get the ability to trap deer or things like them. Thought it was the thing. I can't actually remember. Oh yeah, I guess now that I have a tailor, I need a place for the tailor to do their work. Who would have guessed? Well, I'm gonna move all of this stuff around because I want to build behind the house here, and we'll put it in the tailor back here. At least that's my plan until something goes horribly wrong. But that's pretty much inevitable. Oh, that's perfect. Exactly the width of the building.
Works.
Yes. That is exactly how this works. Do you have anything useful to sell? Not really. Actually,
So
I
as
feel like,
much as I love the Penticon, I really need the website to stop trying to sell me 3 tickets.
but why don't you buy 3 tickets?
Right.
Don't you want to support the Pentagon?
I'm less salty about supporting the Penticon alone. I really hate the ticking agent taking $7 on top of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm like, this is fine, but also I'm kind of salty.
Yep. No, that is fair. Unfortunately, that is just the way it is.
Well, that's it. Like, it's not going to change, so I'm not going to, like, you know, I'm not going to well, I'm going to complain, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm also like, that's annoying.
Yeah, let's craft some tasty vegetable stew. I always forget. Yeah, if you don't have a cook, yeah, it can be very difficult caring for animals because I don't think shepherds can actually make animal food. Okay, how is this day gone? No, I need more. I think I might have to make a second farmer.
Yeah, I think I ended up with 2 because then you can you upgrade one, or is it upgrade from farmer?
So I actually have a cook, and that is one of the things that you can upgrade
right, yep.
a cook, or you can upgrade a farmer too. So I had 2 farmers, but I upgraded one of them to a cook. So I don't have that anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing, I think, because I had somebody who was like good with plants. I was like, obviously you're a farmer, and then when it came to making a cook, I was like, oh no. So I made someone else a farmer till I could upgrade them.
Yeah. What is my farmer currently doing? Oh, yeah. They're busy farming. Wow. I fell short on gold. I thought that was gonna be the other way around. I thought I was gonna be good on gold, not good on food, but I got that backwards apparently. Okay. I am going to AFK for a moment. I will be right back. Pretty sure I have. Yes, there it is. Wait. Why is. Oh, there. There's the text. So there. Be right back. Alright, and I'm back. Can't forget to get back to cutting this down, which I think I can just... Now that I've done this, I think I remember I actually don't need to. Like, instead of cutting the staircase into the landscape like this, I plan on actually building the staircase. So I could have just chopped this all down to nothing. I could have been more efficient.
But it builds little characters. Like in my game, I have a cook and I've just been like making food. Partly because I went with I'm gonna say it's like the cheer one or whatever, I don't remember. But partly because like that way I can make them level up.
Yeah.
And I really love reading the journal. It's one of my favorite things, just to see what like gripes there are. I don't actually read the other one. And, like the number of times they're like, oh, I haven't had anything to eat in 24 hours. And I'm like, I know there's like 127 dishes.
Yeah.
Like, there is more than enough food. Where were you that you didn't eat?
That is not the size of field I meant to make. There. Alright, what is my herbalist up to? Sleeping. Okay, that is fair. Oh, apparently he's not thrilled with his room because it is too tiny, which is unfortunate. I like quaint little buildings. I'd much rather have a private but small bedroom than the large communal.
I will 100% agree with that. Like, preferably I would not share with anyone, but if I only have to share with one person versus 7.
Well, like in this case, he has this tiny little room. So his room is big enough for a writing desk, a dresser, and his bed. That's all he's got room for in his little bedroom. But it's
That's
his
a nice
bedroom. Apparently, maybe it's the problem is that his last name is Tenter and he's not in a tent. That might be the problem.
Maybe he's claustrophobic.
I mean, I should check. There's the possibility that is actually. I think. No. He is not claustrophobic. Yes. Wolf jerky. Forbidden bacon.
Also, I feel like, especially in this situation, how often are you in your bedroom when it's not to sleep?
Like that's, yeah, definitely the thing of, like, he's got a nice little workstation out front, so. If I were him, I would just complain a little less, but whatever.
Right.
Who am I to judge?
He probably just really wants to be a poet and has to find a reason to suffer.
I mean, that is it. Like, is life worth living if you can't be depressed about it?
I mean, look at Lord Byron. That's literally what he spent his life doing. Trying to be depressed and thin. The thin part didn't work out for him. This is my dumbest fact on Lord Byron, and I really love it, that he basically created that, like, starving poet aesthetic, but he was prone to be chubby, and he struggled with that his whole life. And that really shouldn't be that funny to me, but it kinda is.
It is funny. I'm gonna remove that one. You can go here, hunting for bunnies. Okay, level 2 cook. That means our level 2 cook can make an oven, which is what I need him to make. So that way I can place a stone oven, so that way I can cook Varanus meat. Do love that you can make raw sausage, but then have to make roast sausage. At what point would I want to actually have the end product to be raw sausage? Why is that an option?
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is if you were like trapping wolves.
Yeah.
Maybe, but then couldn't you just use meat? Like, why make a
Like,
sausage?
that's the thing, is that point, just raw meat.
We had a very lovely person come through today, and they were asking about one of our wraps, and they asked if it was grilled. And I honestly was having a bit of a day. Someone actually asked me if I had a head injury because I was kind of off. So I didn't know, just like totally know how to answer this. I was like, it goes in an oven. I still feel kind of dumb.
Yeah, that's fair.
I also feel like oven's a very generous term, but that's what we call it, so.
Yeah.
It is a very large, not quite microwave.
Okay, so which one of you is going to be best suited for farming? Okay, well, we're going to turn. Oh, I need to actually make the hoe in order to turn someone into a farmer. Who would have guessed? Snow poppy. Oh. I planted that bright bell in the wrong spot. Oh, when it's fully grown, then I can fix it. Okay, now back to, yes, let's change you to being a farmer. Yeah, this is where I wish I could modify buildings, because I would really like to just remove the roof from the herbalist lab and just put in a staircase and then do a second floor. But I don't actually have the option to do that.
Oh, that's too bad. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one problem I have with this, the way this game handles construction, is the fact that it makes doing certain things like a pain in the butt. You basically have to tear down the entire building and build a new one. And it's not that bad, but it just doesn't feel like that should be required. Let's see. I know. Okay, there's a copper vein. So let's mine that away. Okay, there. Okay, now that I've done that, time to build a staircase. Now what color? Okay, that's the way I built those staircases. I can just duplicate that here. And then I just want to do, wait, damn it, no. I want to cancel that building because that is not what I wanted to build. There. Much better. And then we build that. Apparently I need to make more wealth. Well, obviously that means I should have a good supply of wood. I can just make wooden goods. Wait, why do I have a wide assortment of doors in my inventory? Why do I have more windows again? Oh no, wait. Those are probably doors and windows that are actually installed places. I forget that that's how this game tracks. Like, yeah, I've got a bunch of beds. It's not like I've got beds sitting in an inventory. I have beds in houses.
I hate that.
There's also rotten food. How do I get rid of... I want rotten food to go away. I forgot that food actually goes bad in this game. Most games don't take the time to model it, so...
Oh, I didn't realize that.
It's easy to forget that that is a thing.
Like, it makes sense, but I also kind of hate it because this isn't really a survival game, you know?
Yeah, but it's also like, it's not a... Yeah. It's fine.
It's okay. Like, yeah, it's not a big deal. I don't know. I think more of, like, food stuff or, like, obviously the forest. I think food went bad, if I remember correctly.
It could, yes. Depending on what you did. But once you, like, once you dried it, then it was good forever. Okay, well, if I have my crafter make some valuables. Let's have him make some yeah, I think those cathedral chairs are probably going to be the best value for but let's have him make like 10 of them. Yeah, screw it, let's do 10 more. And then I can sell those off next time we have a merchant come by. Oh, right, now I need to place that oven so that my cook can get to making some better food. Oh yeah, I still haven't actually made the house for my tailor. Okay, so how big is the space between these two roads? It is 44 tiles. So that means I have 22 to work with if I want to have two, basically room to build two things. All right, I can work with that. Obviously, I'm not going to have it come right up to the road. There. Tiny little house, but that is okay. And then what we're going to do with the tiny little house is we're going to put a staircase in the back of it. I want to say there's a way to have staircases turn, but I might be wrong on that. There might not be a way to have, it might just be that you make two staircases. Oh, someone's arrived with a bunch of bins. I don't want to buy any bins, but this sounds like a good time to sell off some cathedral chairs.
I was about to say, every single time a merchant comes into town, I'm like, I don't know if I actually want to buy anything, but...
But can I interest you in buying whatever crap I want to sell?
Pretty much.
Okay, so if I just erase that. And then from there, That staircase does what I need it to do. And then I add in new room up top, cut a hole in the floor. And let's... That should be good enough. That should allow people to climb up it. Now, since they don't actually give you any like railings, I guess I will use a fence. I would like this just to connect with a wall, but apparently this game is very insistent that that cannot exist in this one particular spot. Alright, well, fine, game. Have it your way. We'll do that. And then hopefully, yeah, hopefully this dude is happy with the house that I'm going to give them, because I'm giving them a lot more space than I gave the other guy.
It's gonna be one of the grapes in the journal. I don't understand how they got a bigger house.
I mean, that's fair. At least then I know to build them all just bigger houses. Knowing my luck, the way it'll turn out is being like, oh, my neighbor's got a nice small house. Why do I have this giant monstrosity that makes no sense? Okay, so there's the writing desk. Give him a wooden dresser as well. Okay. Then we go back down to... Oh, I guess I should... Before I get too far and accidentally build this, and then have to come back and, like, deal with it, let's build the doors and windows in here first.
I can see it now. I got a big room. There's no windows. And it feels like a tomb.
Okay, and then the furniture that's supposed to go in here. Where is the... Okay, so Weaver's bench and oh, that's right. The Weaver actually does get quite a bit of stuff. This is not a problem. I feel like probably make better use of doing it like this. Food donation box. What the heck does a food donation box even do? Probably doesn't actually need to go through the wall. I don't need the staircase to accidentally show up through the wall. Contrary to common belief. Yeah, probably one of the most useless windows ever. Is it just basically shows off cliff face, but windows are important.
I mean,
we'll leave them in the window.
If it wasn't like set where it is, they could put up one of those decorative window like covering things, you know, so you look out on a beach.
Well, that's where you just paint a beach on the cliff face.
Oh, that's fair.
All right, then what color roof does this posh tailor get? We're gonna go green. We'll just let that sit like that. Oh, let's make the tailor make a tailor sign. Except which one of these is the tailor sign? Ah, whatever. We can attach that on later. It's got a door. It's got nothings. Let's go ahead and build. Of course, while that's building, no, not what I meant to do. There it is. See, I'm pretty sure those are all the wrong shades. I'm pretty sure that's not the shade I was using for road. Oh no, I lied. Those are absolutely the shades I'm using for road. And let's build that. Alright, let's get back to daily update. Still need more cash. That is alright. Our tailor will be able to make clothing soon, so that'll be good. That is going to, however, mean that I'm going to need bundles of fiber. Because I think I've got enough farmers to be able to afford to make a silkweed farm. Oh, someone's coming right. Oh, where's our invader approaching from? Oh. Actually, no point in that. Yeah, I guess get the villagers to go defend. So now I guess everyone's gonna come out here instead. Alright. That's fine. I don't mind, I promise.
I just need to say, reading Crafting Spirits journal about events that happen on Sunday night game.
Yep.
Is always very interesting.
See.
The point of view.
Yep. Yep, it is. It's a lot of sitting there going, is that how it happened?
This part I'm kind of laughing about because there is a comment about Shep and how, like, why is he afraid of Mr. Goodman? He fought a pit fiend. Which, fair, but...
Yep. There's logic there.
What Pit fiend could do is kill me. I don't know what Mr. Goodman can do, nor do I want to know.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there's a, the methods so far used by Mr. Goodman have all been horrific, but for psychological reasons rather than gore or physicalness.
Yeah.
Also, who would win, a pit fiend or Mr. Goodman?
I honestly can't tell. Because I don't know enough about Mr. Goodman.
Well, that is entirely fair.
Because, like, most of me wants to say Mr. Goodman.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I'm, like, vastly overestimating what he's capable of, but I don't think I am.
I mean, I also don't think you are.
There's also a comment, and I actually do understand this comment more, about why you would go through all the work to steal something and give up at the last moment. And I 100% understand that comment, except for the comment made by Mr. Goodman was very much a...
I mean, yeah, it's easy to judge other people's choices when you don't have to deal with their consequences.
Mostly that. I mean, long story short, everyone's gonna deal with that consequence.
I do not understand what the issue here is. Oh no. Why is the blueprint of this connected over here somewhere? This game has its moments where I'm like, why were the choices made that led to this? So actually, I do have my new keyboard and mouse here, and I have not broken them out and actually used them yet. Like, or more so, I've broken them out and put them on the charging for now.
You looked at them and you're like, "Ooh, how pretty!" Not today.
Like, look at them. Like, these probably need to be.
So it sounds like you're going full wireless then.
I mean, I'm already full wireless.
That's fair. As I said it, I was like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, damn it. So that is part of this crap. Can I save the current building as a template? Because I want to destroy that. Now. Oh, what in the heck is even? Why is there? There's stuff attached to it that does not make sense. Okay. So all of that stuff is deleted. I hear wolves growling somewhere, I think. I don't know where they are, though. Okay. So now that's going to get built separately from anything else, which is very important. And then this can get built here on its own. Actually, let's go back to putting this staircase in. There. Yeah, it's basically, I think one of the biggest gripes I have with building this game is that you have to very carefully sterilize what you're building. Didn't have any merchants come by, so I was unable to expand my net worth. Okay, I'm still broke.
I feel that. Yeah, they all have beds outside.
Your people?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Took me a second to figure out how houses are built. And I'll be
I
honest, I
mean,
go off the templates, so...
it took me a while to figure out, and I honestly wish that the templates were like I can get some pretty decent templates, but I do feel like there should be more. Like they're not bad. I've got a carpenter's house, cottage for two, dining hall, herbalist house. But like there should be they should have just done like at least one building for each job type. I honestly think they should have done a couple different buildings for each job type.
Yeah, I'm kind of
I
surprised there isn't a job, like a house for each job, because of course you need, like, a blacksmith isn't going to need the same as a
yeah.
carpenter, you know?
Now the thing is you can use the same template and just change what you're actually putting in the house. But that's still like you've got the templates. Put some default stuff in there. Put some good default stuff in there. But whatever. It's fine.
I actually really like the idea of building a cottage for two just for every individual and then being like, if you want to have a sleepover, have a sleepover. If not,
Yep. I'm okay with this idea. But yeah, speaking on being broke, there is a Toyota 4Runner at the dealership with a sold sign in it that is not actually sold, but I'm approved for financing and blah blah blah. So
oh, wow.
it is it is on Wednesday gonna go and we'll see.
Is it black?
It is black.
Yeah. Not that
Yep.
there's a problem with that, by the way. Like, I'm
Like
not
black is fine. I dislike black for the reasons of cleaning more than anything else.
fair. I'm
Like
kind of enjoying how decisive you are on this. Like, I fully understand what with the whole situation.
yeah. What was the like? I can sit here and not make a choice for a long period of time. That's fine. But I don't know. I'm like, well, something needs to be done sooner or later. Let's go look at the options. And then looking at options went well, so now it's more than looking at options. But
I'm assuming automatic?
uh, no other option.
Sucks.
I mean, that just like so we are also actually are still like there is a blue Subaru WRX that we are gonna go look at.
Fair.
Mind you, they've got like 4 blue Subaru WRXs on the lot. 2 of them are used. One of them's an auto. One of them is new and a manual, and that's the one that I'm actually wanting to look at. Something somewhere broke. I'm sure it can't have been important.
I mean, that's the thing for me is there's nothing wrong with automatic.
Like, and that's in something like the Forerunner. I really don't care.
Yeah.
The automatic is like would I prefer it in a manual? Sure, why not? But it's not like it's going to be worse for being a manual, or sorry, for being an auto. The auto is going to be completely fine. But
That's the thing. And like hypothetically too, not that this should be an issue, but should you have other drivers than obviously the two of you or myself?
yeah,
I'm gonna include Juan and Jeff, but honestly, I don't know how much they'd be driving. Do you know what I mean, though?
yeah,
If you have other people, perhaps people who are traveling with us who do have a license, who you feel capable, because just because you have a license doesn't mean. At least in automatic, everyone knows how to drive. I really like manuals. They're so much fun.
yeah. I would definitely prefer to have a like yeah. I like manuals. Manuals are, in my opinion, the superior way, and that like so that is I shouldn't say superior. Um, like because like if you get a new like you get a new sports car and you get it in automatic, honestly it's fine. It drives fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But part of the fun of driving it is gone.
Yeah.
Mind you, then again, Crafting Spirit has had some issues with the CRV clutch, which is not entirely the CRV's fault, not entirely Crafting Spirit's fault.
Well, it's the
And
thing. Like,
with
there are definitely things like with the CRV. I definitely had issues with reverse for like 2 years.
yeah,
To be fair, I don't actually drive your vehicle that often.
yeah,
It's like maybe once a year. I was very proud when I finally figured out exactly the trick to it because it's really not that hard, and I should have figured it out sooner.
yeah,
Um, so like there are stuff like that that is like okay, whatever. This is,
yeah.
but it is a lot of fun to drive a manual once you know how. The learning process, don't really super want to recommend. It was very frustrating.
Yep. But yeah, that is where with a auto, especially like so that, and that's one thing where the one thing that I would like about buying a new Forerunner versus a used one, because the one I'm looking at is used. If I got a brand new one at the trim level that I am looking at the used one, it would come with 360 camera.
Ooh, nice.
So it gives you that sort of like there's a camera front, back, and side. So it basically is looking down on the ground, so you can look in the center screen, and it shows you what is around your vehicle. Yeah, it's a warped view of, but basically, if there's something on the ground that you're trying to drive around, you can see it. Now, some people, when they are using it, either forget or never took the time to learn, um, and are unaware that that is not actually a top-down view atop your vehicle.
Oh
Therefore, it
no.
does not show you anything above the camera height. So people have backed into things because they
Yep.
didn't realize they could, because they didn't realize they wouldn't be seeing everything.
I mean, you can say the same thing with mirrors, though. Like that's why there's that little warning in your
Yeah,
like
but
side mirrors that
the
are
whole
like
the whole thing
what?
though is with mirrors being a very simple physical thing is most people kind of look at it and go, okay, I understand how mirrors work.
True.
With this camera, because it actually displays as if you're looking down the top of your vehicle, because it has like a little picture of the top of your vehicle planted in the middle of it to show
Oh
you where
no.
your vehicle is in relevance. But it's not like there's a drone flying above your vehicle feeding this info. It's
I now understand the confusion, but I'm also
yeah,
kind of laughing at it.
like it is one of those where it's like I've had some people who were like some people who did not quite understand the technology and refused to believe my explanation of the technology because they were like, no, it shows the top of my vehicle. Obviously, you're just some stupid guy who doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm like, okay, you go right ahead believing whatever it is that works for you.
Whatever helps you sleep.
Yep. But yeah, it is a thing of there are people that do not quite understand, and I'm like, this is funny and also a little bit sad.
It is kind of unfortunate that by making vehicles smarter, we are making drivers dumber.
Yep.
Like, so when you drive up to my workplace, we have all those cement poles around our drive-through,
Yep.
and all but one have like a plastic shell. I don't know why they have a plastic shell. They just do. Okay, this
Yep.
weird plastic shell. The one right outside the drive-through window does not have a shell.
Yep.
It gets hit frequently. And I had an old man tell me that I should tell my manager to get one of those plastic shells because clearly this pole was a danger. And I was like, well, sir, it's stopping you from driving into the building. He's like, yeah, but you can see how many people hit it. And I'm like, yes, but it stops it from hitting me.
Every person who's hit it has not hit me.
That.
This is a net win.
I definitely had a guy yell at me last summer, and he went off, and he was just like, "This is dangerous. Why is this here?" And I'm like, "Well, it's more dangerous if you drive into the building, so I think we're gonna keep it."
Yeah.
He did not appreciate that response. Apparently, it was a bit smart.
How dare you be smart?
Right?
I am offended.
But yeah, I can tell you, it has to get hit at least twice a week. And it actually really, like, watching people drive up, it kind of blows my mind because, like, I have a lot of issues with things like distance, if that makes sense. Like, I could not tell you at a glance what 10 yards is or whatever.
Yeah.
I have always struggled with that. People will be like, oh, that's like 36 meters. And I'm like, yeah, sure, that sounds about right. Because I can't eyeball distance.
Yeah.
But I always know where my car is in relation to stuff around it. I know how big approximately my car is. I probably actually estimate it's bigger than it is.
Yeah.
At least that's safe. So, watching people drive all the way up, hit the window, and then have to do this weird side squiggle to get around this pole. It's such a weird experience for me. Like, and I get obviously everyone's brains work differently. Like, obviously mine is a bit odd. But yeah, just it's really hard for me to relate to that. I'm like, I know exactly, like, as I'm driving up, how close I can get to the window so that I'm close enough without hitting a pole. And I don't have to slowly ease by the pole and hope that my mirror will make it. I'm, you know.
Yep. But there are people where it's like, nope, they would just hit the thing. And you're like, maybe you should not be driving then.
Sometimes.
Also, that is apparently a very offensive way to the thing, or it's a very offensive thing to tell people. Apparently, I always love that one when people are like, "That's rude," and it's like, it's also true.
How dare you tell the truth?
Like, and that's the thing. Like, I don't expect every person to know precisely the dimensions of their vehicles. I just expect them to have a basic enough understanding of the width of the vehicle they are currently driving, because not everyone's always driving their vehicle. Sometimes they are driving a vehicle that is unfamiliar to them. But I still expect whatever you're driving.
If I'm driving like a box van, then I'm a lot more cautious because I no longer have that innate sense of how big my vehicle is.
Well, and that's like, even if you're driving a regular vehicle, but like it's not your vehicle, it's fair that you wouldn't necessarily know its dimensions off the top of your head. please still know it well enough that you can do things like go through a drive-through, or don't go through the drive-through.
Yeah, and that's 100% like where I come down on that is like, well, you've seen my brother's vehicle. I don't like to drive his vehicle because that extra height messes with my idea of turning radius, how big is this vehicle, etc., etc.
Yeah.
If I drove it more, it'd probably be less of an issue, but I don't like to drive it.
Yep.
But yeah, like if I had at any point, like if I was driving his vehicle, and I know it can go through drive-through because he comes through my drive-through. But if I was driving it and I pulled up and I went, no, I'm going to park.
Yep.
And either make somebody who drives the vehicle more go through, or just walk in at that point. Like, we can't currently do that because we're drive-through only, but...
Yeah.
Honestly, the biggest issue I have with his vehicle is, it is the perfect height for a child to disappear under.
That is fair.
And, like, going around, I've definitely caught a curb because I'm not used to the turning radius on it, and I just kind of live in terror at the thought of, like, turning and not seeing a child.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen. I'm very cautious in that vehicle, but that lives in my brain as, you know, like, oh gosh, because kids move fast and do weird things.
Yep. Kids can do unexpected
also
things.
do weird things, but at that point, some of that responsibility is on you. I say this, and then I also want to say I've never actually hit someone, please nobody out there listening to this being like, oh, clearly Shep has hit people. I am actually kind of interested, A, to see what you end up with, but partly, like, if you do end up getting the Forerunner, just, like, the difference, because the CRV is still in that very comfortable range for me.
The CRV is a really, like, and that is,
CRV is like driving a raised car, as weird as that sounds.
Yep, no, that's really what it is, because it is car-sized,
yeah,
even if it is not, even if it is not car-shaped.
Yeah, the biggest issue I have with the CRV is, again, because it's raised. I don't know what it is about the raising. I always feel like I'm closer to the car in front of me than I am.
Yeah.
So, like, sometimes when Crafting Spirit's driving and I'm sitting in the passenger seat, I'm like, oh, we're really close. And then I forget that, like, A, we're raised, and then there's less of a nose on the CRV than I would expect from that height.
Yep.
So I have to remind myself that, because sometimes I'm like, I feel like we're really close. And then I'm like, no, we're fine. And, like, obviously I don't say anything to Crafting Spirit because I try not to be that passenger. But it's just my brain distorts a little with that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, we're good.
Where's... Okay, what is their stuff? They're opinionated. Excellent. Also, I have questions about my Submariner here.
I'm actually surprised you were limited to 15. Did you purposely put that
on? That was because when me and Crashing Spirit were last playing, a limit of 15 was good because computers started to slow down quite a bit after both of us had 15.
That's fair. My other one, it's not a hard limit of 20, but I have decided to stay at 20.
Yeah.
Because the game came up and was like, so, you can have more, but...
Yeah. Well, and that is where I just basically went into settings, gameplay, and put max citizens up to 20 for now.
Do you have somebody working underwater?
Yep, there's my sub. Oh, there. He's out. No, there he is. He's still floating around. But yeah. There's a dude swimming. Don't know what he's doing. Not a clue what he's doing.
Training for some
Oh,
kind of triathlon, I hope.
he's probably no, I have no clue. I've got an Iron Man. Can't get away from anywhere, can you? So much scaffolding up. Okay. The house is done. And all the wood is off the roof, so I can make the ladder go away. I thought for sure the ladder was going to have to be there. Okay. Now I need to state what these can hold. Have a bundle of fiber and oh, where's there? Bolt of actually, let's do spool of thread.
I'm going to abandon you briefly because I'm going to do the very Canadian thing of I'm cold, but I won't turn up the heat. I'm just going to get a hot drink.
That is fair. Alrighty. It's currently got 5 workers and then assorted other people. That is fine. What do I need to work towards? I need to get myself a shepherd. Geomancer is going to be quite a ways away. I've got a weaver. Got a trapper, which I can turn into a shepherd later. Farmer, cook. Oh, that's what. Yeah, I need a potter at some point. As well as an engine. I actually need to get a blacksmith and an engineer, a cleric, and then I want some knights and archers. Which I need to get that weaver working on making some stuff. Alright, so I need to get workers equipped. I need materials as well as getting armor for my soldiers. I can also make plushy toy rabbits. A toy for children, of course. Yes, yes, of course. That's quite a bit of scaffolding over the water. I am gonna have to find a better way to do my plants outside of the main garden. He cannot find any food. He is... Are you kidding me? He is stuck on top of a fence. Alright, well, how about... Oh, why has this not been picked up? Let's get sliced down here. It might just be easiest to... cut down 5 wide. As he's coming to sell me breakfast. But I think I am going to sell him windows and doors. Suppose a lot of little extra bits and pieces that I don't need as much of. Okay, right, I would have built doubles of all of those. So many doubles. And still they... Oh. Liam the zombie. Well, Liam, I think you have to go from undead back to dead, please. Ah, there. Finally did what I needed that to do. Now, let's see if I can get this built the way I want it to be. Oh, nope. There. Yes, that is exactly what I need it to be. So if I just click build on that, hopefully they'll be able to build that without problem. I'm sure there'll be some sort of issue. Oh, where? There's comma happening somewhere. I don't precisely know where it is. Oh. Oh, they must have just been wandering by and they chased it down. But that's fine.
So since Milo's missing your stream, do we have to put a Skittles embargo on Milo Girl?
I think that's only fair. If I can't have Skittles, no one can have Skittles.
I feel like Juan needs to make stickers now that just says "end the Skittles embargo."
I mean, yep, I support this. Oh, I should check back up. Yes. Yeah, while you were AFK, there one of the guy who actually belongs in this house got himself stuck on top of the railing, and so had to be I had to build a little tiny little ladder to get him off of the railing
I love it.
because he was sitting there slowly starving, and I'm like, you, this is your house. Have you tried not being you?
Have you tried not being a cat in human form?
Pretty much that. Okay. It's finally my time to shine. And get these staircases. I actually set in. There was way more work that went into this than I was honestly expecting from this. This should have been simpler than it was. But there, build, and then there'll be staircases all the way up. At which I should probably be in a state where I can finally build bow. Okay, I think I am probably going to call the stream pretty quick here. That's a kind of lame final upgrade for for a farmer. Like a level 6 farmer just gets 10 extra hit points,
I don't know.
which like
I
isn't
guess,
terrible, but like a level 6 soldier does 20% more. Yeah, 20% more damage than he did prior. A level 6 carpenter allows him to access like new recipes. It's like most things there's like level 6 is kind of the yes, they finally made it and they can do the biggest, coolest thing of their job. And farmers are just like, yeah, so I guess you're not going to die as much. Which, why are you getting your farmers to do your fighting for you? Sounds like poor life choices. That's how you run out of food.
I mean, traditionally, actually kind of makes sense, but
Kind of. Okay, well, I am going to call the stream there. I think next week we'll just deal with, basically do the same thing next week where I'm like, what the heck was I doing? But to everyone who is
just
tuned in, have a good night, or if you're tuning this later, have a good morning, good afternoon, whatever you find yourself in.
just
Bye.
remember, Milo Girl doesn't get Skittles.
Yes, that's the key part. Milo Girl, no Skittles.